For weeks, the nation has waited in stunned silence. A leader is gone, a community shattered, and in the center of it all, a young man whose future hangs by a thread. His name is Tyler Robinson. Prosecutors call him a ruthless assassin. His defense calls him a scapegoat. The question, which version of justice will prevail? If you believe the truth deserves to be told without spin, subscribe now. If you won't, then write it in the comments and tell us why. Every voice matters, and yours will be counted. Because this case isn't just about one man, it's about what justice means to all of us. September 10th, 2025, Utah Valley University. More than 3,000 people packed into the auditorium to hear Charlie Kirk speak. The atmosphere buzzed with energy, the crowd waiting for every word. Then, at 12:23 p.m., the silence was broken. A single shot cracked through the air. Kirk collapsed. Panic swept the room. Screams echoed, live streams froze, and students ran for cover as police rushed in. In a matter of seconds, celebration turned into chaos, and a nation was left in shock. But even as Kirk supporters begged for answers, investigators already had a name. If you want to follow every twist in this case, subscribe right now because each detail revealed here shapes the future of this trial. If you refuse, say so in the comments. And tell the world why you'd turn away from the evidence. If you believe justice must be transparent, subscribe. If you think truth should never be hidden, subscribe. And if you doubt this case is as clear-cut as it seems, let that doubt live in the comments below. Because silence protects no one, but subscribing means you stand with the search for answers. Within hours of the shooting, a name was released to the public: Tyler Robinson. 22 years old. A college student. Unknown to most of the country until that moment, police announced his arrest swiftly, moving him from a suspect in whispers to the centerpiece of a national manhunt. In record time, the community reeled in shock. Students who once walked beside him now watched his image on every screen. Prosecutors moved quickly, pointing to a rifle found near the scene, a handwritten note tucked beneath his computer keyboard, and a digital trail of messages that seemed to point directly at intent. But was this rapid chain of evidence too neat, too fast, too conclusive? First, the rifle. A bolt-action weapon found abandoned near the scene. Prosecutors claimed Robinson's DNA was on the trigger, but the defense countered, DNA can transfer. Contamination is possible, and chain of custody gaps left unanswered questions. Second, the note, a slip of paper hidden beneath his computer keyboard, bearing the words "Target Kirk." To the prosecution, it was a manifesto. To the defense, it was either forged or the outburst of a frustrated young man with no plan to kill. And third, the digital trail, text messages to a roommate written like a confession. Yet the defense argued the phone had never been properly secured. Context was missing, and fragments of conversation can distort meaning. Each exhibit seemed damning. Each carried cracks. Taken together, the puzzle forms a picture of guilt. But taken apart, it looks like fragments that don't quite fit. Catherine Nestor was appointed as lead counsel, joined by attorneys Novak and Burt. From the start, their message was clear: Tyler Robinson must be seen as innocent until proven guilty. In her first public statement, Nesta declared, "This trial will be decided by evidence in court, not headlines." Their strategy took shape quickly. Challenge the chain of custody behind the DNA, question the authenticity of the handwritten note, demand context for the digital messages, and above all, resist the state's push for the ultimate punishment. But while the defense asks for patience, prosecutors are moving towards something irreversible: the death penalty. This case did not unfold in isolation. It came at a time when America felt like a nation at war with itself. Political rallies turning violent, ideological rage spilling into the streets, families and friendships divided along invisible lines. Beneath the headlines, deeper forces simmered: generational frustration, isolation, and the ease with which anger can be manipulated in the digital age. The trial of Tyler Robinson became more than a courtroom battle. It became a mirror reflecting the fractures of our time. And so the question grows bigger than one man. What drives anger to spill into blood? For Charlie Kirk's family, the grief is immeasurable. A father, a son, a voice they will never hear again. His absence echoes in every room, every memory, every silence that follows. For TylerRobinson's family, the weight is different but no less heavy. Fear, shame, and judgment press down from the moment his name was released. Early statements haunt them still, words they cannot take back. Two families, once strangers, are now bound by tragedy, both broken, both futures destroyed. Two families mourn, one for a life lost, the other for a future hanging by a thread. In the courtroom, the stakes could not be higher. Prosecutors presented their case with confidence, a strong forensic trail, a narrative of confession, and an unflinching demand for the death penalty. The defense countered at every turn, pressing on weak links in the evidence, exposing flaws in procedure, and warning the jury that fairness itself was on trial. At the center of it all lay two irreconcilable demands: justice for Charlie Kirk, and the fight for TylerRobinson's very life. Beyond the walls of the courtroom, the public waited, their trust in the system already strained. When the gavel falls, will the jury deliver clarity or deepen the cracks already dividing a nation? This case is more than one man accused and one man killed. It is a test of truth, of patience, and of justice itself. Behind every headline are families, communities, and futures forever altered. What will justice look like when the verdict arrives? And will it heal wounds or leave us with questions that echo for decades? If you want every twist in this trial as it happens, subscribe and turn on notifications. The truth matters more than ever. Comment below. Is the evidence enough for conviction, or does doubt remain? Justice isn't just decided in court, it's remembered in history. Be part of that history by joining us here.